Yo, what's up, everybody? Looks like we're loading up. Should be live here just a moment. Here we go. Sweet. Yeah, doing another Q&A tonight. So just drop any questions that you have in the chat, and we'll get those answered. Going live here on YouTube, and then I'm gonna get set up on Instagram real quick, and we'll get started. Hello, so we got a couple people watching here on YouTube. Go ahead and drop a message. Let me know who's here, if you can see me and hear me all right. All right, and we are live on Instagram now as well. These people start trickling in, get some questions going. If you're here in the comments, let me know. What's up, Dr. Luigi? How's it going? Diego Allen, what's up? Just doing some Q&A, guys, so any questions that you have, feel free to drop those. It's going to be going for about 30 minutes or so, answering any Amazon or business questions you got. Jay West, what's up? We're just doing some Q&A. If you got any questions, drop those in the comments. A West says, "Do you do drop shipping too?" No, I do not. Drop shipping is not a business model I recommend because it's very likely that your account is going to get suspended. If you're referring to on Amazon, at least, I don't know much about drop shipping outside of Amazon. But no, I do not do it. Dr. Luigi says, "Do you do arbitrage or PL?" I do arbitrage and wholesale. I have not launched into private label yet. That is on my list, though, for something that I'd like to dive deeper into and learn and actually launch some products this year. Right now, mostly online arbitrage and a bit of wholesale. Chris Peregrino, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Doing some Q&A. If you got any questions, go ahead and drop those. What's up, Wolf FBA, Ultra Resells? Let's go. How's it going? Timothy May, what's up? We're just doing some Q&A, guys. So any questions you got, you can drop those. What's up, K Mora? See, how do you handle order cancellations? So I assume you mean like when you're buying something and the site's going to cancel your order. So generally what we do is we just start changing stuff. So we might change our email address, see if that'll push the order through. Might change my address. Say my address is like 123 Wood Street. I might do like 123 Wood Street, Unit 1. Try and change something in the address, see if that works. I'll try a new credit card. I'll try PayPal. I'll try just all these different things until eventually the order can go through. Usually, just making sure your billing and shipping match that will do the trick. Some sites we just absolutely can't get orders through on though. Cheryl Ann, what's up? Anderson Jr., what's up? How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. We're just doing some Q&A, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. What's up? Murat KOC222, how's it going? Doing some Q&A. How many virtual assistants do you have? So we just hired 4 more, and that brings my team up to, I believe, 12 virtual assistants. Most of them are doing product research. Some of them are doing admin, back-end tasks, reviewing leads, managerial stuff. Most of them are product researchers, though. Cashflow DM, what's up? How's it going? Chris said, so I've been selling for a fair amount of time. How long would you say after being in your course that I expect to fully automate the OA side of the business, or at least most? It's a good question. So if anyone doesn't know, I'm dropping a program in like a week now called Outsource Everything that's teaching you how to outsource every aspect of your business, because I'm at a point now where everything pretty much runs itself. I work, maybe 30 minutes a day or so on average. Besides that, my team is able to handle everything. So Chris, you'll have the blueprint, and then from there, it's just taking action and having the money to take action. So obviously, a big part of outsourcing is going to require money, whether that's hiring virtual assistants, whether that's paying more to a prep center, or whatever it is. You'll have the blueprint that you need within a few weeks of the course coming out, because like we're going to do those live calls in February, for example. So a little bit of time, but for the most part, it's just going to be whenever you're ready to act, whenever you have the capital to act. Hopefully soon. Okay, and you said you have the capital and experience, just not the best at building systems. So I would say you're ready to implement right after you go through the program. It takes time though. So like I hired my first virtual assistant in January of last year, so about a year ago now. And then here I am a year later where the business runs itself. But you'll have me as a guide who's gone through that process, so it could be quicker. And I would say I got to the point where pretty much everything was outsourced around September-ish, so it took me about 9 months or so, but, I would say within a few months, since you have me as a guide laying everything out. But it does take some time to build those systems for your own team. Anderson Jr. says, "Do you do private label?" No, I do not. It is something I would like to do this year, though. It's on my list to get into and look into. Diego says, "How to avoid people buying your inventory and the product is like held up for days, but don't confirm, and then it's taken from your stock." It's annoying. There's not really anything that you can do. There's no way to like prevent a certain person from buying your inventory. If they continually do it, you could kind of report them to Amazon, but there's no guarantees they'll do anything. And sometimes you just got to put up with the bad actors on Amazon. It is frustrating. Coco, what's up? I saw other sellers do that. There's a way to do about that. Yeah, again, there's not much that you can do. It's just frustrating. Cashflow DM, when are you releasing the course? So the course drops on Monday with the pre-recorded videos. And then throughout February, we're doing live group calls to go over a few modules at a time to dive deeper and answer any specific questions on each module. And then for the rest of the year, we're doing live group Zoom calls as well for Q&A. How much do you spend on VAs every month? So my total team comes out to probably, if I had to guess, 5,500 to 6,000 or so, somewhere in that range. But I'm able to split most of the virtual assistants within one of my business partners. So we're kind of pooling our resources and splitting those leads. So my cost is probably 2,500 to 3,000 a month. Joel, what's up? How's it going? How many sales I have to get to start hiring? Well, you need to have the experience because you can't train someone to do a job that you don't know how to do yourself. So I would say, so for me personally, I hired my first VA when I was doing around 30K a month. That doesn't mean you need to wait that long. You're gonna know whenever you need to outsource that you need to know what you're doing and you need to have the money to pay them. That way you can train them and pay their salaries. Whenever you have more money than time, you need to start outsourcing. That way your time isn't tied up on those tasks and you can actually spend your money on more inventory. Lauren, what's up? Looks like we got a few people watching on YouTube. Guys, drop a comment below. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop those and I'll get those answered. Jay West says, is it possible to do FBA and FBM at the same time? Yes, it is. Absolutely. You can be up on a listing like 3 or 4 times with all the different fulfillment methods: FBA, FBM, seller fulfilled prime if you have eligibility, with which most people don't, and then small and light. So you could be on the same listing up to 4 times. Once we're started, it's go time, looking to automate within 3 months to focus on wholesale completely. Yeah, I was actually kind of thinking about that today myself. Like the main tasks that I do in the business now are answering my emails in Discord in the morning and then looking at wholesale stuff when they come up. Because like if a wholesale opportunity comes up, it's generally at least a few $1,000. Minimum probably like four or 500 bucks on one ASIN. So those are larger purchases than what we're used to, and they're just a few a week. So I'm gonna still be the ones looking at those and handling the wholesale. Why your ROI is 10%? My ROI is not 10%. My ROI is at least 20 is what we aim for. You might be thinking of my margin. My net margin is around 10%. Anderson, I do not do private label. Is it common for Amazon to not check in your inventory 5 days after delivery? Yeah, yeah, it can take a long time. Generally, it's 5 days is fairly average, but it can take a couple months. Usually not. I would say usually it's 2 weeks or less. Fanny, what's up? Thanks for your answers. Last question. My course, I can't promise Spanish subtitles. I will look and see if the delivery method that we're using will let you automatically populate those. If you want to DM me, I can look into that, but it's not something I'm like building in. Yo, what's up? KJ, how's it going? Shayla, what's up? Billy Flips. Dustin032, what's up? Vision Mentorship, what's up? How's it going? Doing some Q&A. If you guys have any questions, drop that down below. YouTube's being awfully quiet today. Usually it's the other way around. Yeah, I've been doing quite a few lives lately. Trying to be more consistent with that content game, pushing out like 2 reels a day, YouTube upload at least once a week, and then I'll probably be going live at least once a week. But I think this is my third time this week, so yeah, been on top of it. And we started doing Instagram live this week. Shayla, we missed you in the leads list Zoom. Nobody showed up. It was our monthly Zoom call for leads list members, but nobody showed up, so I just started live streaming here instead. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment. I haven't had anything come through on there yet, but I see 4 people watching. What are your thoughts about wholesale software such as Vendrive? So I believe Vendrive is what's it called, a CRM, where basically it stores information for your prospects, the people you communicate with. Yeah, I mean, I haven't used it. I don't know too much about it, but it sounds helpful. If it's cheap, I would say go for it. But generally speaking, I always just use a Google Sheet for storing that information. I'm sure it serves a purpose, otherwise they wouldn't have clients. So yeah, I don't know too much about it, but I do know VinDrive is a great company, cool founders. I've talked with them before. Yeah, Pacific time, tough. Here in Central. Marcos Beadall, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Doing some Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below. I was looking for prep centers, but most of them, their fees are somewhat expensive since I typically profit around $2 to $3 per item after FBA fees. Yeah, so you're gonna probably need to be looking for some higher profit items if you're going for a prep center. If you're looking at a tax-free state, I would say an average rate is about a buck 75. I've been seeing that kind of starting to trend downwards a bit. I don't know why, because there's a lot more demand than there's supply. But general rates, I would say, is like a buck 70, buck 75 or so. And then, yeah, you just need to make sure that you're building that into your profit. So if you're only making $2 to $3, you probably need to add $2 to that. So let's say you need your minimum to be more like $4 to $5. In my business, we're going for a minimum $4.25 profit. That does not include my prep. After prep, it's about $3 profit net. K's 908, what's up? Got some people on YouTube. FBA woman, what's up? How's it going? Have you done Amazon MCF? Does that just mean merchant fulfilled? I'm not sure what MCF is, but yeah, I've done merchant fulfilled. If that's what you're asking, it's not a big part of my business. I am primarily FBA, but I have done some MF before. Yo, flipping it with Cisco, what's up? I know you go wide, not deep, but what's the most quantity you bought in what category? So, I mean, I'm generally going really wide on products, but I mean, there's some that I have gone very deep on. So I can think of like two specific ASINs where I've had hundreds of units in stock before. Sometimes, yeah, I don't think I've ever crossed the 1,000, but I might be getting close. I think there were one was beauty, one was health and household for the category. Cisco saying I look doughy. I mean, I am a doughboy. What do you expect? Shout out Doughboys. Go check it out on YouTube. We got the Doughboys podcast. Red Panda, what's up? Raphael, what's up? How's it going? Multi-channel fulfillment. Gotcha. No, I have not done multi-channel fulfillment. I didn't even know what MCF stood for. So no, I'm not. I've heard of it, but I have not done it. Ruben, what's up, man? This month there seems to be more order canceling than usual. Is it just bad luck or something up this month? Yeah, I think you said you were having some problems with Kohl's. We haven't seen like a big increase in order cancellations. I mean, there's a few sites that we consistently cause us trouble, but nothing like out of the ordinary, really. Be curious to hear if anyone else is having a lot of trouble though. FBA woman, what's up on Instagram? Vision mentorship. Do you ship your items straight from your retailer to your prep center, or do you have to ship to your house first? They go straight to the prep center. That's really the whole point. Is we're shipping it to a tax-free prep center. That way, we don't have to pay the sales tax on the items. If I were shipping it to my house and then forwarding it to the prep center, one, I would have to pay the sales tax, and two, I would have to pay shipping to ship the items to them. The whole point is we're shipping the items straight to the prep center. That we don't have to pay tax and we don't have to pay shipping on those items outside of to Amazon, obviously. A neon sign with the howling wolf. That is a good idea. My wall is very bland. As you guys can see, that's a really good idea. I need to get some kind of art back there. Get a proper studio set up. 21 show, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Doing some Q&A if you have any questions. You know, Cisco, my birthday's coming up. If you think I need a neon sign. FBA woman on YouTube says, "What does it mean when you have a stranded item and it says SKU not found? Whenever I have the item removed and returned to me and my label is on it and the SKU is clearly visible, it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy too." What's up, Seth? Okay, so SKU not found is basically missing. I think it says missing SKU or SKU not found in your stranded inventory. And it basically means that the SKU is not found in your inventory. It's just an Amazon glitch. What you can try to do is delete the item and then relist it under a new SKU. And then sometimes the ASIN will just go to the new SKU. That's the best fix that we found, but it still doesn't always work. If that doesn't work, we try to open a case with Amazon. Sometimes that can help, but you know how seller support is. And at that point, if it's still not working, we're just liquidating it through Amazon liquidations, or you could remove it, but removal order fees are expensive now. Cisco, you're like 56. I don't want to hear it. Parrot Jimmy, what's up? How do you feel about two-step drop shipping? Well, I don't like the word drop shipping. I don't know what two-step drop shipping means, though. Please enlighten me, and then I'll give you my opinion on it. How long before you started paying yourself? So I don't think I paid myself anything in year one. Year two, I took a little bit out, maybe like a few $1,000. Year three, which I guess last year was technically calendar year three, I started taking a salary, but it was fairly small. And then this year, I'm taking like an actual reasonable salary. So I started paying myself, I guess, technically a little bit in year two, a small salary in year three, and now at year four, I'm taking an actual salary. It's super important to just keep reinvesting, and that's going to allow you to get the business where you want it to be. Saul, what's up? Seth, haven't talked in a while. How is business going? FBA Woman says, will you be at Miami Seller Conference? No, I will not be making it this year. I did go last year, but I won't be making it this year. However, I think it's just the next weekend after. I will be at ASD in Vegas. It's a free to attend wholesale conference. A lot of Amazon sellers go just for networking. I'm going to be going to Business Growth Hacks Live from Amazon Lit. And yeah, I'll be there if you're going to Vegas. I mean, yeah, Vegas. I will not be in Miami though. What kind of headphones are you wearing? These are Logitech's. It's a Logitech gaming headset. AirPod Max, over earphones, or Bose. I've heard Bose is really good. I assume that was supposed to say Bose. You should talk to your co-host Josh. He really likes his Bose ones. Checkmate Flip says, what's your wholesale OA split? And with OA, how do you split sourcing from sites that are seller friendly and can get bulk easy versus sites that tend to cancel more? Good question. So wholesale OA split is we are mostly OA, probably 85, 90%, and then 10 to 15% wholesale. So still pretty much all OA. And then I would say we're mostly going for those sites that are seller friendly and will let me buy a lot. My initial orders are pretty small, but I like to scale from there. So I want to know that it's a site I'm going to be able to go back to and buy more and more units from. That being said, there is gold to be found in those sites that are more difficult. But it just like, how much effort does it take? How many times do we have to try in order to get it through? I would rather spend my money with people that want it. So I would say we're mostly those seller friendly sites. Have you made any sales on Walmart? I have not. I started trying 2 days ago, 3 days ago. We actually just interviewed a guest for our podcast and he talked about Walmart a bit on there. So I'm trying to list some items just to sell them because I've had an account for a while, but I'm having trouble. The API will not accept my listing for some reason. So I haven't sold any yet, but I'm working on it. Hopefully soon. Cisco over on Instagram said, Seth, when are you inviting the Doughboys to go hike a mountain? Sounds fun. We could record a podcast episode. Two-step drop shipping is when you order it from your retailer to a prep center and they repackage it and ship it straight to the customer. FBM. Ah, interesting. That doesn't sound bad. I would want to check with TOS to see if that, holds up, but that doesn't sound bad. Yeah, I don't see how that's like, is that drop shipping though? Because are you buying it after it sells? Or are you just sending your items to your prep center and then they're FBMing it? Because if you're just sending it to your prep center and then they're FBMing it, most prep center or not, I don't know about most, but a lot of prep centers offer that service. I don't know if it's considered drop shipping unless you're buying it after it sells. Angie, what's up? Cisco's in Virginia, I think, West Virginia. I think it's Virginia, not in Colorado. We could all fly out to Colorado though, have a Doughboys meetup, Doughboys and Checkmate flips. What software are you trying to connect to API? I integrate with Shopify and multi-sales channel. So I'm just directly in the Walmart Seller Central. I just searched by G10, UPC, and then I found the listing and I just made an offer on it. And it's telling me I can actually pull up the exact issue I'm having. It's telling me no shipping information was set up. Please resubmit via Seller Central or API for an update. I've tried taking down the listings and redoing it. It's not helping. Someone told me to just lower the price. I tried that. It's not helping. I honestly haven't spent a ton of time messing with it. But those are the things I've tried and it hasn't helped much. Buying it after it sells, okay. So still drop shipping. Have to be careful. Yeah, like that sounds dangerous. Seems to me like you could really miss your shipping deadlines. Yeah, Cisco is in DC. You mentioned the other night you found an A to A. How many of those do you have? Not many. I've been looking recently to try some new sourcing. I don't really do sourcing just for A to A, but I'll come across them in my sourcing sometimes. What's up, Kevin? So like I'll come across an item where it looks like it could be a good A to A, and then I might set keep alerts like let me know when Amazon's price drops back down to here or something like that. And keep alerts are going to be really helpful. You can also use keep a product finder to see like how often is Amazon in stock. And if they have a low in stock rate, then you can set an alert for when they come back in stock, buy the item, and then flip it when they go back out of stock. Yo, Dom, what's up? How's it going? What software do you use for your business for tracking inventory that is drop shipped? I do not do drop shipping. I want to make that very clear. But for tracking my inventory, we use Inventory Lab. A lot of Google Sheets, and then we integrate with Inventory Lab. And then technically, we use Sellerboard a little bit as well for tracking inventory. Louis Nobles, what's up? Doing some Q&A. If you have any questions, drop it below. Cisco says to use Chat GPT to track your inventory. There might be a way. I can't even get access to the GPT. All right, cool. Sounds good, Cisco. Hit me up after this. We'll talk about GPT. It's been literally every time I try to use it. I don't know why. Hopefully you can help me. Are you being serious right now? Checkmate Flip says GPT sources me leads. I can't think of a way that works, but I feel like it is possible. It's kind of crazy some of the things that Cisco has made it do. It's terrifying. It's gonna replace all of us. Louis says, "What's the most valuable piece of info you wish you learned sooner in your selling career?" An obvious one is I should have got Keepa sooner. Shout out Richie Hustles for getting me on Keepa. I went like probably a solid 2 months without Keepa, and Keepa's super important, so I wish I would have got that. But I feel like that's a pretty basic one. Learning to use credit cards sooner, probably. because I used to buy inventory on my debit card and missed out on tons of cash back. So I definitely should have done that. There's a lot of like small things that I wish I would have knew it earlier. The people want a video on ChatGPT. Don't care about how much more ahead the next person is. Focus on you as long as you can. See the next step is all that matters. Absolutely. Seeing consistent progress in your own game and not being worried about comparing yourself to others. Of course. Thank you. Yeah, for real. Everyone starts in such different places, like all over the place. Like in terms of age, like you've got me, I'm 21. You got Cisco. He started when he was like 49, 50, somewhere around there. And you've got also different realms of financial places too. Like I have coaching clients, coaching calls where they're starting with 20K, and then I have coaching calls where they're starting with 500 bucks or maybe even less. So people are starting at different places in their life and different places financially, and that has a big impact on how much time they're able to dedicate, how fast they're able to grow, and all this stuff. It's really cool. I feel like there is a way, man. It's kinda scary what all it's capable of. I'm sure it can find leads somehow. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna ask it to find me some OA leads and see what it comes up with. Flipping it with Cisco says, "Amateur Chat GPT YouTube video dropping tomorrow. Book it." Alright, Cisco. Looking forward to it. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, for sure. Wonder if we could at least, like, find sites or something like that. I'm sure it could help out in some way, even if it's not capable of finding the leads. Julie Thomason, what's up? How's it going? Oh, yeah, that's true. Cisco said it can't source it, only has info from 2019 and earlier. That's true. I forgot about that. But you can input data and it can help you make a decision. Interesting. So I wonder if like you could give it the data points from Amazon somehow and then say, is this a good product? So it could like help you make the decisions, maybe. Cisco's low key a GPT expert. That's true too. It'll probably give your ASINs to somebody else. It's familiar with Keepa. I think I asked it to make a YouTube video script about Keepa, and it did it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the IG live. We're still going on YouTube for a little bit longer, so if you have more questions, hop on over to YouTube at Logan Altenberger. See you there. Thanks for watching IG. See you on YouTube. All right, YouTube. I'm locked in. We got 7 people watching. If you have a question, let me know. We'll go for about 5 more minutes. Yo, we got Cisco here. Chat GPT is goaded. We'll see after you drop that video tomorrow. Did you work a 9 to 5 before starting? So whenever I first started, I was working on a McDonald's. I think I was a manager at McDonald's at the time. And that was I was working full time, like 38, 40 hours a week. So that was what I was doing. And then at some point while I was starting the business, I started working at an accounting firm. I didn't work there very long though. I didn't really like the you go and sit down in an office all day job type of thing. I honestly liked working at McDonald's a lot more than the accounting firm. There are a bunch of AIs that can help with a lot of things, like video editing, Cisco. Cisco, you need to make just a video series about all the AIs that you've been using lately and show ways that they can like help out in business and Amazon. Yo, it's 7:18, guys. Don't forget to grab your payout. I don't think I'm quite eligible yet. Hasn't been 24 hours. Ruben says, when you went 100 units deep on that first ASIN, what gave you the confidence, sell-through rate, or amount of capital you had? Both. So I would say I was primarily looking at the sell-through rate. I'm seeing really, really good velocity, my own data based on my test orders. So I'm seeing really good sell-through rate, but also the amount of capital. It's like if I'm buying 100 units of that item that's selling really good, it does not represent a large portion of my overall capital still. So I'm capitalizing on this opportunity and I'm not risking a bunch of my capital at the same time. Just finished recording the video. Chat created the script. That's funny. Title and description. Just need to send it to the editor. And are you using another AI for your editor? How much capital did you start with looking to get out of my job? So I really don't know like an exact amount because like I said, I was working at McDonald's and just kind of taking money out of my paychecks there and putting them into the business and kind of rolling. Like I didn't just say I'm gonna take this paycheck and this is my startup capital. It's just I was working, taking money out of my checks and putting it in. But if I had to guess, I think it's around $1,000 is what I started with. I always tell people you should get around 500 to $1,000, and that's what you need to start. If you look for high ROI stuff, you can go full time with 5 to 10K capital. Yeah, definitely if the ROI is high enough. That's the thing too, like, there's so many different ways, to make a full-time living out of this. Like Seth just said, you could go with a smaller amount of capital and just focusing on high ROI items, or you could go based on my business model where you're spending a lot of capital, but it's on lower ROI items. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, as long as you're achieving the goals that you want, the goal that you have set out for yourself. All right, we're gonna go 2 more minutes. If you have any more questions, go ahead and drop those. Yeah, absolutely. There's a million ways to make $1,000,000. Cisco recommends having 6 months of living expenses saved before you quit your 9 to 5 unless you have minimum responsibility. Yeah. And again, going back to what we were just talking about earlier, everyone in this is at a different stage in their life. There's Cisco, who's 55 years old, and he has a family to provide for, and then there's someone like me. I don't really have many responsibilities. I don't have a family to provide for right now, so I can take a lot more risk. But it depends on where you're at in your life. If you do have responsibilities, you need more stability, then yeah, like Siska said, you should have more money saved before you're going to take that leap. Peace out, Cisco. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch up later on GPT. I recommend 6 to 12 years. Is that supposed to say months? Living expenses saved before you take any risks. 6 to 12 years is quite a long time. No years. Okay. That's a long time. I've not heard that one before. Got $1,200 as your coaching beginner friendly. Yes, like my coaching calls, we can go over anything that you need. I'm kind of hesitant though. Like if you have $1,200, that's a solid amount of starting capital, but still most of it needs to go towards inventory and your basic software that you need. I don't think you should invest in coaching right now. There's plenty of free YouTube videos on my channel and others that'll help you get started. And like you should probably get your feet wet before you start investing in coaching either way, because you don't want to waste money on something that you're going to find out that you don't really want to do long term. So I would say just get started with the free stuff, and then once you know you're gonna do it, and maybe once you have a little bit more cash available, then book a coaching call with me. And definitely stay away from my program. I have a program coming out. It's like $400, but it's not for beginners. It's for people who have been doing this a while and know what they're doing and have money to start outsourcing. It's all about outsourcing your business. But yeah, coaching call would be a good choice for you once you get your feet wet a bit and have some more cash. YouTube for now. YouTube University. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night. Thank you all for watching. Peace.